Hi, welcome back to Hollie Hobbies. Let's craft a spring wreath using a unique in the creek wreath board. This innovative board simplifies the wreath making process, allowing you to easily attach various materials such as flowers, ribbons, and decorative elements. With just a few supplies and some creativity, you can craft a stunning wreath that captures the vibrant spirit of spring and the festive essence of Easter. Gather your supplies and let's get started. Hi, welcome back to Hollie Hobbies. Today we're going to be doing another design on an unique in the creek wreath board, and this is what the wreath board looks like. It has the hole in the middle, and we're going to be using some 10-inch mesh. I have this cute little happy Easter sign from the Dollar Tree, some ribbon, and I'll be using some pipe cleaners. And I also have my Unique in the Creek measure buddy. Let's get started. So we're going to start prepping our wreath board, and I was contacted by Lori from Unique in the Creek, and she asked me if I wanted to try some of their wreath boards. And of course I said yes. I've been a huge fan of them since I started my business, and I'm really excited to test this one out. And they're just quality boards, and they have such a great selection, and they're definitely really fun to work with. So for this one, you see that it has the hole in the middle, and we're going to prep this. Now you can prep it with zip ties or pipe cleaners. I'm going to use pipe cleaners for this one. So we're going to take our pipe cleaner and we're going to prep our boards, and you'll see a number 1, which is the first row, and number 2, which is this next row here. And then you see 2 indented holes, and those are the holes that you're going to use to add your hanger when you're all finished. So we have 3 holes that go all the way around the board, and let's just name them from the outside going in. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we're going to alternate, and we're going to prep the 2 and 3, and then the 1 and 2. 2 and 3, 1 and 2. So what I'm going to do is start with our first set here, and let's go ahead and prep the 2 and 3. And I'm just going to bring them through those holes and give my pipe cleaners a couple twists. And then I'm going to go around and alternate the holes. And you can also do this with zip ties. I just wanted to use the pipe cleaners for this because I will be adding some ribbon and some floral accents as well. So I'm going to go around and get this all prepped. So we have our wreath board prepped, and we have we have our 1 and 2 and our 2 and 3, and we have them alternated around the board, and we have a total of 16. And here's the top with the 2 indented holes right there. We're going to prep our mesh. We're going to need 16 pieces. I'm going to use my rotary cutter. You can use your scissors. And we're going to prep this mesh at, let's do 22 inches. We got 16 pieces on this roll at 22 inches, and this is all that we have left. So it was perfect amount at the 22 inches. So we're going to do a ruffle with these. And what we're going to do is lay it curl side down, and I'm going to fold over the edge, just about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch or so. And fold that end over. And then what I'm going to do is pinch and grab all the way across till I get to the other side. right down the middle. And when I'm getting close to the end, I want to keep this end down about an inch as well. And then we've made this ruffle, and then that helps by pulling that under like that. It helps cover that raw edge. And what we're going to do is add 16 of these into our pipe cleaners. Just like that. And we're going to make another one. You can also do it curl side up, folding it down. It might be a little bit easier to do it curl side up. Pinch and grab till you get to the other side. And when you get close to the other side, curl that down. And since we did it curl side up, you want to make sure that you flip it over before we add it to our next pipe cleaner. And we're going to go around all of our 16 pipe cleaners and add these ruffles to our wreath board. And there's 2 already. So I'm going to continue adding these ruffles all the way around. So this is what we have so far with our ruffles, and look at how beautiful and full our board is starting to look. So I'm going to finish the other half and then we'll meet right back. So this is what it looks like with all of the 16 pieces cut at 22 inches done in our ruffle technique. And look at how full and pretty, and it just really showcases that beautiful mesh. So we're going to flip it over, and on those 2 holes that were indented on the front side, we're going to go ahead and place a zip tie. So we have that for our hanger. And remember that that's the top of our wreath. When you're starting your design, that's our top. Just like that. All right, so now we're going to cut some ribbon with our Measure Buddy. And now we're going to use our Measure Buddy. These are sold from Unique in the Creek, and they're a really great tool to make it easier to measure. And we're going to measure 14-inch pieces here. Place it in my clip here. And we're going to go ahead and measure 8 of these at 14 inches. There's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And look how easy that was with our Measure Buddy. We have 8 of our 2.5-inch ribbon, and now I'm going to do 8 of our 1.5-inch ribbon. And I am loving this. I will link the Unique in the Creek website in the description section of my tutorials, so you can check out their supplies. This is very handy, the Measure Buddy. I love it. So now we're going to go ahead and dovetail all our ribbons, getting everything prepped and ready for our design. And I'm going to take a couple at a time, and we're going to dovetail those. And I like to take 2, fold them in half, fold them in half lengthwise, and then we cut from the open corner at an angle, and that gets them all dovetailed. And I'm using my heavy duty scissors. These are my favorite crafting scissors. I have these linked in my Amazon store, and I do have that link in the description section of all my tutorials, where I list all my favorite crafting supplies that I use in my tutorials. There are some things that are just a must-have, and these scissors are my absolute favorite. All right, so let's go ahead and dovetail the 2.5-inch ribbon. And this is wired ribbon, and look at how those scissors just slice right through multiple layers of the wire ribbon. So we're going to get these prepped, and then we're going to add them to our design. So we have our ribbons prepped and ready to add to our wreath. We have our beautiful wreath base, and we'll flip it over, and you can see on the back the pipe cleaners going the inside, outside, and so forth. And our zip tie up here is our hanger. So we're on all these inside 8s here, we're going to add our ribbon tails. So let's start with the first one right here. So we're going to start adding our ribbon tails to the 8 inside ones. And what I'm going to do is place my ribbons on top of each other at a slight crisscross. And then I want to flip my ribbon in half to get that halfway mark. When I open it back up, I have that guide right there. And I'm going to pinch and grab across my ribbon bundle here. And we're going to start with our first one on the inside. And I'm just going to place that into my pipe cleaners and give that a twist. And we've just added our very first ribbon bundle. So now we're going to alternate and do all the ones on the inside, and then we can fluff those up when we're all finished. So we're going at a slight crisscross, bending in half, pinching and grabbing down the center, and it's every other one is our inside pipe cleaner. All right, so we're going to keep going till we have all 8 added, and then we'll go back around and get that ribbon fluffed up really nicely. All right, we have our ribbon, our 8 ribbon bundles attached, and now we're going to go ahead and fluff out our ribbon, and we're just going to smooth them out. And we can always give that a slight curl if we want to as well. So I just have them spread out and going towards the outside of the wreath. So I'm going to go around and do all of these, turning them this way, smoothing out that center so it's formed like that. Makes it lay better, and it just looks nice. And I'm just going to go around with each of my ribbon bundles, making the fishtails come towards the outside edge, smoothing out those inner divots, and spreading them out just a little bit so you can really showcases both of that gorgeous ribbon. So I have my bundles fluffed out for the first time. We're going to be adjusting those in our design as we go along. We can always trim them down if we want to as well. So this is what we have so far. So I got some different florals from the Dollar Tree. I don't know if you could see those or not. I just got a variety. I thought they were so pretty this year. And I've been playing around with my embellishments, and I think I'm going to do something like this. I did switch my sign to this round sign. I think it's going to look a lot prettier. And I also made this bow, and I've been debating if I wanted to place it down at the bottom or off to the side, and I think I'm going to place it over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start adding our embellishments so we can, I'm going to do that before we add the sign. That way I can finish off all these pipe cleaners before we add the sign. So I think I like this pattern, and what I'm going to do is going to use my wire clippers, and I've just clipped off some of these eggs with a little bit of this greenery here. And I'm going to just simply add those into my pipe cleaners. So I'm just going to place those in the pipe cleaners and give it a couple twists. And we can always add a little dab of hot glue. And then what we're going to do after we add those, we're just going to make sure we have some couple tight twists, and I'll just keep twisting it till it's about a ½ inch, and then I'll clip it off, and I will divide that in half and then fold it in half towards the bottom of the design. And we can always add, if we see that pipe cleaner, we can always add a little flower or something on top. So I'm going to go around my design, see if you can see it a little bit better. And so this one, I just clipped off a couple of these florals, and I'm just going to place those the same way into my pipe cleaners and give it a couple twists. Clip off. Bend that in half and back towards the design, and it should just, the ruffles should cover up that pipe cleaner, but we'll see at the end if that's bothering us or not, and we can always remedy that. So I'm going to go around in this little pattern here that I have. I'm going to alternate some of these little yellow balls and these beautiful little florals here. And I'm going to go all the way around, and And this is what we have so far with our embellishments all added to our wreath. And we alternated the patterns with the bulbs, the egg, the flower, the bulbs, the egg, the flower, and so forth. And we added those to our pipe cleaners, twisted them about half an inch, fold it in half, and back towards our wreath. So to prep my sign, I'm going to use some pipe cleaners. You can also use Floral wire. I have some felt scraps, and I took off the little hanger off the top of the sign. And I'm going to add one on the top, the bottom, and the sides. And all as I do is I take my pipe cleaner, fold it in half, add some hot glue, place my pipe cleaner in the glue and the felt scrap right there on top, and that'll help give it some extra reinforcement and hold that pipe cleaner in place. So I have my sign all prepped, and now we can bend those pipe cleaners back and get ready to attach this to our wreath board. You want to make sure you have that little hanger facing the right way, that you have it so it's going to hang straight on the wall. And we're just going to place our sign right there in the middle and flip it over. And we have those pipe cleaners coming through here. And we're just going to make our way to one of these holes here. And let's just do a light twist until we make sure that it's where we want it. And we had 4 of them. These holes really are coming in handy. I just love these boards. And I will have them linked in my Amazon store, and I'll also link Unique in the Creek's website in the description section of this tutorial. All right, so I'm bringing them through the holes, just doing a light twist. I'm going to flip it over and make sure that it's placed the way that I want it. It's nice and straight. All right. And I like my signs floating on top. I know everybody's a little different with how they like to do their signs, but I don't like my signs sunken really deep into my design. I like them floating. So I like that right about there. And now let's go ahead and secure everything nice and tight with our pipe cleaners. Clipping it off, and then we can bend it in half and back towards the design. Here we have our sign all attached, and we have that beautiful, all of our florals just really popping. And now we're going to add our bow. We're going to cover up these little holes, and this is what we have so far, and we will cover up those holes. Now I'm debating, I really like this just the way it is, but I also made this other bow here that I was going to add, and not really sure if I want to add it. I think it would look cute down here at the bottom. I was thinking up at the side. Just not sure. Maybe at the bottom. Maybe that's what I'll do. I have it pulled to the back here, and I'm just going to bring my floral wire through this little hole right here. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot. So flip it back over, and we have our bow down here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some little florals right here. So I get these from Hobby Lobby. They're in the sticker section, and I get them because you can cover the holes. They're a great little thing to cover the holes with. So I'm just going to decide which ones I want to use. I want to use the pink. Probably use the pink, right? Maybe that size right there. Or we have this bigger size as well. And then I'm just going to tie my design all together, and I'm going to add these florals. I'm just going to add some hot glue, slide those florals right on top of that hot glue. And we'll add a couple of these little balls as well. And that completes our design for today. I will have this one listed in my Etsy store, and I hope that you had fun crafting with me today and that you'll come back to my channel and craft with me some more. In the description box down below, you will find the link to my Amazon store where I list all my favorite crafting supplies that I use in my tutorials. And please subscribe to my channel, ring that bell, and you'll receive notifications when I release new tutorials. And please leave me a comment. This really helps me and my channel. YouTube will push my content out to more people. Thanks for watching Hollie Hobbies. From my heart to yours. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow me for more wreath and crafting ideas. Thanks for watching Hollie Hobbies. From my heart to yours.